Hello, Team Phoenix, and welcome to another video. This is your girl, Catherine Maina. Please call me Kate Mimi. I hope you're fine because I am. And guess why I'm fine? Actually, finer than fine. It is because my YouTube channel has been monetized. And guess who helped me? You! So thank you so much for ensuring that this YouTube channel has kept on running. When I started it, I truthfully meant to do content creation. But right after posting the first video, I was told, girl, you got breast cancer, figure life out. And I was like, what am I gonna do? 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 Anyway, but here we are, sindio, because Mungu naye ni nani. God is great. God has been awesome, and he has ensured that this has kept on running, and you guys have been so integral in my growth. My growth as a content creator and as a freelance medical journalist, because yeah, that's who I am, a freelance medical journalist on top of being a nurse. Because why can't I be both? Why can't I be a nurse and a journalist, bwana? Hey, where I am. Anyway, this video yeah, sometimes I'm nuts, I know. This video is just an update to the Australian registration process for nurses. I did a video. It's either here or here. Just check it out because you're amazing. This video is just to let you know that that process has changed. Remember, what were the steps? The steps were work in the United Kingdom, then get registered in New Zealand. What is happening now is that New Zealand has changed, or they have updated their registration process, meaning that you, from December this year, that is next month, you will need to do an objective structured clinical examination in New Zealand. That means that just like you do when you're coming to the United Kingdom, where you need a sponsor, you will need an employer in New Zealand to sponsor you. This is why when I did that video, I said, guys, please do this, because this thing is going to change. It's gonna change, and boom, it has changed. So you, even if you're in the UK and you've had this experience, you'll need to go to New Zealand and do an objective structured clinical exam, which is just a practical exam like you did when you came to the United Kingdom. Okay, so that's another very good thing if you think about it, because they just want to make sure that nurses who are registering in New Zealand are not just using New Zealand as a gateway to go to Australia. I know I am guilty. Don't say it out loud. I am guilty. Yes, I am. Anyway, you guys, the other point that I have to say is that this process has leveled the ground for the us who are in the United Kingdom, and also for the people in Kenya or wherever they come from, whether it is Ghana, Nigeria, anywhere else. But I will speak about nurses in Kenya who are seeking to go to Australia, but they will need to go to New Zealand first. Okay, so you go to New Zealand even if you're in Kenya. All that I usually tell people is, do not be afraid of trying. Please do give it a try. So what is the process? If you are in Kenya, how do you get registered in New Zealand? Why am I speaking about New Zealand and not Australia? It's because New Zealand is just one step away from Australia. I know your target might be Australia, but think about New Zealand as a gateway to Australia. So how do you maneuver that process right now? There is something called an adaptation program in New Zealand. Okay, this adaptation program is for nurses whose experience or level of education may not be at par with New Zealand levels. And I believe that is where most of our Kenyan brothers and sisters fall, especially diploma holders. So suppose you have a degree, because just like I said in that video, which is either here or here, I said that New Zealand and Australia recognize most BSNs. Okay, I know we can argue about this, because you will tell me, oh, my experience is going to count and all that, but as a rule of thumb, I want you to think that New Zealand and Australia will prefer your degree to your diploma, and unless you can adequately convince them that you have experience that really matches up to a degree level, I would say, please let's talk to BSN holders right now. Okay, let's just deal with BSN. So you have a BSN and you're in Kenya and you're like, oh my gosh, I just need to go and work in New Zealand. How do I do it? Step number 1, head to Google as I speak. Umefika? Are you there? Are you there? Are you on the Google browser? Good. Now type CGFNS New Zealand. I know you're going to see CGFNS without the word New Zealand. I know that. Skip that one. I want you to take CGFNS New Zealand. Are you there? Open up. Open up. Amazing. Now, do me a favor and create an account. Use your email and a password. Done? Amazing. Let's go to next step. Create a profile. List your address, your legal name as it appears in your passport. Yawa, please. As your name appears in your passport. If you've changed your name, let them know. Upload that affidavit and everything else. Now, fill your education history. Fill. Are you done? Thank you. Let's go to your work experience. Now, fill your work experience. Where have you worked? Where have you worked in the last 5 years? Done. Ta-da! You're amazing. Now, add that one to the cart. C-A-R-T. Add to cart. Done? Perfect. You are so nice. We're gonna do this. Now, pay. It is around $300. Paid with your card or PayPal or whatever you use to make international transactions. You're done? You're nice. Now, upload your transcript. Upload your passport, upload your proof of address if they ask for it. Just upload everything upload. I know when I did that video, which is either here or here, I said that you're going to send the papers to New Zealand. I mean to CGFNS New Zealand, but that has changed. The process is now online. So you have absolutely zero excuse. So please do it. You're amazing, okay? And remember, there are 2 offices. One is CGFNS USA, the other one is CGFNS New Zealand. However, both are located in Philadelphia, USA. Let me say that again because people still get it confused. 2 offices, CGFNS New Zealand, CGFNS USA, and both are located in Philadelphia, United States of America. I know I am the melodramatic. I know that. Thank you very much. So now that you're done with that part, once you have your report, because CGFNS are going to assess your papers, your qualifications, and see do they match up to the standards that are needed in New Zealand. Yes, they do match. So New Zealand is going to send you an email. Dear Catherine, we are very happy. Here is your report. We are sending it to the Nursing Council of New Zealand. Then you will go to the website of Nursing Council of New Zealand. You're going to create an account. And they're going to tell you they need police check. There's something called Fit to Work. You will just, it's online. Don't worry. Don't you worry yourself. Don't you worry. But it's going to cost you money. Okay? Now, once you've done that, you go next. The next step is called being invited by New Zealand Nursing Council for you to go and do the objective structured clinical exam. OSCE. It's a practical exam. That means you will need to go to the website of New Zealand Jobs and look for jobs in New Zealand for a nurse, and then you get sponsorship. That sponsorship is pretty much what happens in the UK, where an employer tells you, oh, come and work with us. We're going to help you to prepare for the OSCE exam. And then once you pass, you're still going to work with us maybe for a year or 2 or whatever it is. Go ahead and do that. I'm giving you this as an alternative to maybe coming to the UK, maybe going to USA, maybe thinking about Canada, maybe going to Australia directly, where you still have to do an OSCE and an NCLEX. Anyway, these are the things that you need to put in mind. Remember, you will need an English exam. And I have to tell you that apart from IELTS academic, you can still do the PT exam, which is actually very, very easy. From a friend who did it, you can do an OET exam, which is healthcare specific, which is equally easy. So think about this, and there are specific standards that you need to get. I want you to utilize the internet. That is why I'm not telling you everything. Please, can you just Google these things for me? Just check the standards, the level, the score that is needed for PT and also for OET. I know for IELTS it's 7. It has to be IELTS academic and the score is 7 in everything. But for OET and for PTE, I'm not very sure. But you're going to check because you're amazing. Once you are working in New Zealand, then you can think about transitioning to Australia, because there is this wonderful program that is called the Trans-Tasman Mutual Agreement between New Zealand and Australia, where New Zealand registered nurses can go and work in Australia. So you can do that. I know the process has just lengthened, but then again it has lengthened because you refused to do it when I told you to do it. I know I'm being funny, but then again it has also leveled the ground for the nurses back home, because now they have an opportunity to do the same process. Okay, so I hope this one helps you. If you have any concerns, I prefer that you watch the video that is either here or here, because I have explained everything step by step. This was just an update. I hope it makes sense to you. And until next time. Ta-da!